Now back to the Weekend Real Estate Report on 105.7 The Fan.
All right, welcome back. This is Jason Cahalis, Mainland Realty. Guest today on the Weekend Real Estate Report with Carl Delmont.
And our guest today is Lou from HomeGain, and we're just discussing real estate and everything else going on in the marketplace. So, Lou, we were talking before about some of the surveys your website does. Once again, it's HomeGain.com. You can check it out. They got great information there for consumers. Once again, explain to listeners what HomeGain does. It connects buyers with realtors anonymously.
Well, we connect buyers and realtors anonymously, but we also provide, as you mentioned, surveys from realtors and consumers alike. We can also give you an instant home valuation of your home by typing in your address. And we also have listings on the sites, new homes and existing homes for sale. So if you go to HomeGain, you can start your home search. You can find a real estate agent. You can get your home price. And you can review our extensive real estate library to get educated before you make a decision.
Yeah, there's a lot of great information on there, and again, I'm always looking. I've got to fill this show and 2 other shows I do, information plus the column and everything else. I'm always looking for great advice, and you guys constantly pop up with these surveys that always pique my interest. So that's how we got connected, and once again, appreciate you coming on the show.
Never stop educating yourself.
Got to, especially in this marketplace, because the legislation, the rules, everything is changing constantly. So you got to deal with people know what they're doing. Hey, real quick, let's give away flowers courtesy of Flowers and Fancies. We'll take the 7th correct caller. That's number 7, and it's an easy one, multiple choice. There's a renovation loan that's available for refinance or purchase. It lets you buy the property and fix it up, or you can refinance and fix it up. And what is the answer? Is it called a 401k loan, a 203k loan, or a 403b loan? Once again, we'll take the 7th correct caller. Is the answer A, 401k, B, 203k, or C, 403b? Tell us the correct answer. 7th correct caller, you win a $50 arrangement courtesy of Flowers and Fancies. It is an arrangement. It's not a gift card or discount or anything else like that. It's only in the 5 counties surrounding Baltimore and Baltimore itself. Same day delivery, fresh flowers flown in daily. When Extreme Home Makeover came to Baltimore, they had thousands of flowers to choose from, and guess who they chose? Flowers and Fancies. That's who I choose. That's who you should choose. Flowers and Fancies does a great job. We'll take the 7th correct caller, 410-583-1057. Once again, is the answer for the renovation loan is the product called a 401k, a 203k, or a 403b. 7th correct caller, and you win that arrangement. All right, so, I wanted to tie in the trivia question to the renovation, because some of the things you have on your website, Lou, for HomeGain are improvements, whether do-it-yourself or hiring a contractor. And a lot of people don't realize that when they're looking at a home, we talked about decluttering, things like that. If the person just says, look, I don't want to put money into the home, I inherited a home, my grandmother passed away, and I don't want to deal with this, I just want to sell it. You can market the home through this renovation program where people can go in and put their own stamp on it. And what people don't realize about the program, you don't need to knock the house down. You can do that. It could be that extreme. But it could be something as simple as you just want to go in and put in granite countertops, maybe a maintenance-free deck, things of that nature. Are you seeing a lot of, and I'm just going to caution you, don't give the answer out, but just for now, for sake of argument, until we get a winner, let's just call it the renovation loan. Are you seeing a lot of that in your surveys?
No.
Really?
Well, the thing about the surveys are we are asking the agents for their opinion on what works, and that hasn't come back.
Yeah, because we're seeing that remodeling index is way up, so people who are staying in their homes are fixing things. But we're also seeing that with these short sales and else, they need some work. Either the former homeowners have, or especially foreclosures, done some damage to the property, or a home inspection comes in and puts in a little more than people thought were going to be needed, but they still love the location or, the school system or whatever's in that area. And they're like, wow, I don't have an extra $15,000 to fix this home up. We're finding that not all agents are aware of this product. So we actually been doing a lot of workshops on it, and we're starting to see a pretty big uptick in it.
I'd agree, though, with what Lou said, that I don't see a lot of it. I had one where it was going to be as is, and I won't give away the answer. They were looking at getting a construction loan, and they just got cold feet about it and didn't want to do it. It was just that one more reason not to pull the trigger. But I think consumers should be educated about it, because it is a great program. And
I think for a seller, if your house needs work and you just don't have the money or the inclination to fix it up, talk to your agent about marketing in that regard. Well, let's change the subject then. What are some things that, if you had to guess officially, or if you have a survey on this, what are some of the things you're seeing that are the hot things right now in real estate?
Well, the hot things in real estate are short sales.
Okay.
They seem to be becoming more prevalent. The banks seem to be able to handle them better procedures in place to get them done. They were a source of frustration a while back because they couldn't get the banks to move. And one of the things, we did a survey on satisfaction of homeowners and whether they're most satisfied with a short sale or foreclosure, a new home, or an existing home. And I would have thought that people would be most satisfied buying a new home because it would be brand new. But the number one type of home that homeowners are satisfied with is a short sale. 83% of them, according to our survey, are satisfied with that.
Would that be because they feel they're getting a big bargain?
That's what we suspect. Is they think they're getting a bargain. But, you would get that with a foreclosure as well.
Yeah. But with a short sale, at least the homeowner's still living there, so the odds the house having problems is not as great as a foreclosure where the guy probably kicked holes in the walls and took out some of the copper.
On short sales and foreclosures.
That's true. Although some people living in short sales kind of neglect their home as well.
Correct. Well, so do the banks sometimes, too, with the on the foreclosures where they turn the water off and electricity, everything else.
I think overall, our homeownership satisfaction surveys show that even now, 72% are satisfied overall. But we also asked the question as to when they bought. And if you go down, the people that are the most satisfied are the ones that bought very recently and bought short sales. Mm-hmm. The ones most unsatisfied are the ones who kind of bought, in the 5 to 10 year ago range when prices were high. And in many instances, the primary reason satisfied wasn't just the price appreciation; it was actually owning the home.
Hey, real quick, let's jump to where we think we have a winner here. We got Kathy in Catonsville. Hey, Kathy, how are you?
Hi.
All right, let me ask you a quick question. Are you in the lending world?
Am I in the lending world?
Yeah. Is that what you do for a
living?
living?
No, but I listen to your show all the time.
Okay.
So.
Sometimes when I give questions that are related to the industry, it's always someone who's like a loan officer or in title biz, whatever. They know the answer. I'm like, that was too easy. But go ahead. What's the answer?
It's 203K.
There you are. You're correct. I try to
win a chicken dinner.
Yeah, I try to mess you up a little bit with the two different retirement accounts, 401k and the 403b. So, congratulations. We're going to give you a call on Tuesdays. We're closed tomorrow. We'll hook you up with flowers and fancies.
That's excellent. Thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you for listening all the time. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Thanks.
All right, Lou. So we'll come back here. We got a couple minutes left in the show. Okay, so you gave this article to the Wall Street Journal. What are some other renowned publications that contact you guys for your advice all the time?
In terms of media?
I mean, Wall Street Journal is kind of like, the benchmark. That's I wouldn't mind if they called me for some advice.
We've been in the Wall Street Journal. We've been in MSNBC, mm-hmm. Market Watch, AOL Real Estate, Fox Business, UPI, Reuters. We're very lucky that we get a Boston Globe, Chicago Tribune. We get a good amount of media coverage. Mm-hmm. And the reason we're happy with the media coverage, not just that we get it, is that HomeGain, unlike other of our competitors, likes to view not ourselves as the expert, but the realtor clients that we have. So we tout their opinions. We don't try to present ourselves as the real estate experts, but as a source of getting consumers in touch with what real estate agents are saying, because we believe that the professionals know what the market is doing
now,
and how to buy and sell homes.
From my college days, which were many moons ago, we always learned about sampling, margin of error, all that other stuff. What's your typical response? You're talking 500 agents, 1,000 agents, and then what do you think your margin of error is in some of these surveys? I know it varies.
It's typically a margin of error on an opinion, mm-hmm. But we generally survey between 2,000 and 4,000 homeowners and about 300 to 600 real estate agents for our surveys.
Okay, that was a little higher than I thought it'd be. That's excellent. And then is this a constantly moving database, or to some of the same people, or?
It's our current database of opt-in consumers and our current and former client base of HomeGain, which is over 50,000.
Okay. Now, one of the emails you sent me, one of your blogs, you're talking about the future interest rates, things like that. So what's HomeGain's perspective on that? On
interest rates? Well, I think the Fed has said that they're going to try to keep interest rates low through 2014. They keep extending that out. So I think interest rates will remain low. They're artificially low. They should rise, but I think the Fed and other central banks are doing everything in their power to keep interest rates low.
Yeah, I think they will continue. I know we've got a couple vocal members, Fed governors, saying they don't think we should do any more, but you always have those dissenters. I think it's more publicity seeking than anything else. All right, with the last couple minutes, we had a case up in York, Pennsylvania, which is about half an hour north of us, where an agent went to a showing and the guy jumped in a car and kidnapped her. She's fine. She's out, everything else. But it leads me to not only is there some safety there, but it brings me one of the questions you emailed me too about FSBOs. For a buyer going in, you don't know who the person selling the house is with a FSBO. People who are selling as a FSBO, there's some dangers there too, because if agents are at risk, you might be at risk as well. But what are some other things that you think, as far as FSBOs, good or bad?
Well, we did a survey as well. We asked home sellers what their experiences were using FSBO or going FSBO or using a real estate agent. And the satisfaction rates were much higher using a realtor, and we found that you had a 50% better chance of getting your home sold when you use a realtor than when you go FSBO. And then a lot of FSBO people who tried it eventually end up calling a real estate agent.
Yeah, I've heard the same.
We're able to get that directly from our consumers by surveying them and asking what their experience was. So we have hard data that shows that using a real estate agent or a realtor is definitely the way to go. Now, there are people who are able to sell their homes on their own. That's fine. But we also found recently that 80 to 90% of lawsuits filed with respect to real estate transactions are ones in which the realtor was not involved. That's another reason to use a professional.
There you go. That's some good information right there. I know when I did an article on for sale by owners, I interviewed a bunch of them, and most of them told me that they were going to give it a little bit of time, and then they were going to actually go to a realtor and maybe try to negotiate, hey, anyone that comes in ahead that I've already met with is excluded. But so I think it's the same thing. I think they could do it on their own, or think they could do it on their own, but something to think about. But I just saw that piece last week. This just happened this week where the realtor was actually kidnapped. She was fine. She was able to escape and all that, but still a very harrowing experience. Sure. And I thought it'd be nice to talk at least about consumers not thinking about that, like, oh, that's just an agent. But you go to for sale by owner, you don't know what's going on, or you don't know who's coming into your house either if you're trying to do this. So there's some dangers and things there. So maybe that's another topic we'll have to talk about. If you're going to do a FSBO, maybe how to protect yourself. Always have someone on speed dial just in case.
I'll say two things about FSBOs. Now is the time to not give buyers another reason to get cold feet and not want to buy a property. And also, as an attorney, we have a saying: anybody who represents themselves has a fool for counsel.
Yeah.
So
that's the attorney one. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to end the show here in a couple seconds. Lou, I want to thank you again for coming on. I appreciate it. A lot of great advice. Go to HomeGain.com, HomeGain.com. All kinds of great information there. We'll try to get you back on maybe in a few more months and see what else is going on in this marketplace. I appreciate it. Thanks again for calling in.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Lou.
All right, then thank our sponsors, Fremont Mortgage, 800-955-8508, NMLS number 1071. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Give Fremont a call. Free, no application fee, and all purchases, the free home warranty and job loss protection for qualified buyers. Of course, Built Right Contracting, Flowers and Fancies, Veracity Title, and all other sponsors. So if you're looking to buy or refinance, please give us a call. Rates are at all-time low. We're very, very busy hiring more people, and we'd love to give you a free second opinion. You go to Freedmont.com, FREEDMONT, or call the office, 800-955-8508. We are closed tomorrow for the holiday, but if you email, we'll make sure someone gets back to you if you're looking, want to go out and start looking at homes. And of course, Mainland Realty. Talk to you next week.